Welcome back to Beings. We are once again entering into the Hisui region, and I completely forgot what I was about to say. Can't be important. So today we are going to be doing some more hunting in the Obsidian Fieldlands. Oh, I really need to make more Pokeballs. Let's go back to camp for now. We are going to go and set up our next camp, hopefully, and take care of the next tutorial item that we need to worry about. After that, we'll get to explore a lot more fully. So, first off, because I'm stubborn and not going to just craft on the fly, yeah, like a sensible person, we're going to run all the way back to camp. All the way back to camp. Alright, we can make another 20 Pokeballs. So I am going to be rushing this bit a bit. Definitely a bit more than I would prefer to. Because I want to really get into the point where we're just exploring and having fun and enjoying and go away Bidoof. I'll sort through, and I also want to change it up so that Octavia is in charge. Which means we really want to avoid that Jinx. Hey Bidoof. Also keeping our eyes and ears peeled for the wonderful sound of shinies. Watching everything run away from us. Running away from the Shinx. Hiding behind a rock. Alright. Now, let's get more stuff. We'll also see whole new Pokemons over here. There's a Cricketot. Somebody wants us to get all the page info for. Hey, Cricketot! We are going to explore over here very, very fulsomely. Just not right this second. There is, if I recall rightly, a Vivichoke up here somewhere. Oh, wood. Yoink. Ah, there it is. There we go. And grab another Cricketot. Hopefully, stay in the bowl. Stay in the bowl. Good Cricketot. So at the moment we are very much just going to be sticking to the path. With a few small detours to catch things and collect things and waste balls. Because I'm an idiot. Hey, Cricketot. And we really want to be shaking all these trees because, as you saw, we're a bit low on materials. I will, if and when I ever get the chance, because it's been a bit of a busy week, I will actually be doing some off-camera running around, gathering materials, that sort of stuff. So you've basically seen how it's done now. We can showcase all new materials and things that we find, but it's just throw Pokemon at material. Oh there, mind helping a guy out? Sure thing, Bjorn. I'm after some cherry berries. You know them? The shiny red ones. They grow on some of the trees around here, but I don't have any Pokemon that can reach them for me. That's where you come in, friend. Throw your Pokeballs at a berry tree, and your Pokemon will grab the berries for you. Be sure the Pokeball you throw has a Pokemon in it, mind you. It'd be a shame to waste an empty ball. If you hand me 3 cherry berries you get, I'll tell you another handy tip. How many cherry berries do I have? I've got 5. Oh, could you give me 3 of those cherry berries you have there? Sure thing. Don't need them just now, so... Now here's the handy tip I was talking about. You can throw a berry near a wild Pokemon to grab their attention and keep them distracted. Why not give it a try on some of the Cricketot around here? Yay! 15 Pokeballs! Now that tip actually really does come in very, very handy with some Pokemon. On my other game file, Pepper Plant, on my other game file I am very much hunting one particular Pokemon in this very area. And it's not Geodude. Yay! Which is a rare spawn. And one of the things I have to do is feed it a certain number of times. So, got a great case of toss a berry. Watch it go for the berry. Don't notice me, don't notice me, don't notice me, don't notice me. No, you noticed me! Uh-oh. You're not good. Haha. Oh, I'm standing way too close. Aquajet. Be dead, Geodude. Whew. Tell me his friend didn't see me. That's alright, friend. You just hover over there. Geodudes are incredibly aggressive. But they're not that hard to catch. Having said that, this one will now bust out of the ball and try to eat my face. Hey, it stayed. Alright, Octavia. Black Tumblestone. We need this for heavy balls. Oh, a night is falling. I do need to defeat a whole bunch of stuff. Oh, Zubat. The bane of many a Pokemon player's existence. Yay, Zubat. Much like Geodude, we are so used to tripping over them no matter where we go, or what we do, that we just stopped caring about them somewhere along the way. Which is kind of sad, really, when you think about it. There we go. It is really sad that some Pokemon just got so overused by the company that pretty much the entire player base ends up despising them. All for what? Just so we can have realistic encounters in caves? I'm fighting a floating rock with arms. Not exactly realism here, folks. Oh, my Cricketot can evolve. That'll help. Alright, now we are going to head up here briefly, because we have a jumpy tumblestone. Can I head up here? Please? Let me up the hill? Thank you. Also, let's get what's in that tree. Alright, now, the reason that I wanted to do this is these jumpy tumblestones we'll have a Pokemon pop out of them. And of course it's a Geodude. And I don't know if it counts for Geodude. And it's toast. But for some Pokemons that we are going to be encountering, we actually have to encounter them in that method. Again, there's a Pokedex entry for it. So we've got to watch out for shaking trees and shaking rocks. Hopefully I can do this bit. A very important tutorial. Hello, May. Can I have your Ugg boots, please? My feet are cold. Oh, so even your professor decided to join us. Laventon, what are you doing here? How did you get here? Oh, thank goodness, I got here just in time. As a Pokemon researcher, I could hardly miss out on a chance to observe an alpha now, could I? I suppose that is your business. Fine, as long as you stay out of the way. This is Deer Track Heights. This is where I've long come to pay tribute to a special Pokemon. A Pokemon descended from one of those ancients blessed by Almighty Sinnoh. Delily-whoop. Yeah, okay, I'm not doing Pokemon noises. That's not it. That's only a troublemaker, here to disturb the peace with its racket. You said it, Alpha Cricketune. That's what you're here for, RononTyr. To drive that interloper from this place. I'll ensure your Pokemon are ready for battle. Upon my word, what a large specimen. Little wonder alpha Pokemon are feared across the land if they're all as oversized as this one. Exactly. They're not only big though, they are strong and may know moves that others of their kind do not. They're not to be trifled with, let me tell you. Nevertheless, I believe you are stronger still than this alpha, so go show it that beyond any mistaking. Be careful, size is a potent weapon in and of itself. No doubt this alpha is a powerful and hardy foe. If you must face it, make sure your Pokemon have some strong moves at their disposal. Alright, so things with red glowy eyes are alphas, they're bigger, stronger, and may know some weird stuff. Now this particular alpha, I don't believe we can sneak around and catch. It's designed as a tutorial fight, so we gotta fight it. Oh, I've got to wait for the cutscene. I might try and catch it, because, you know, everybody wants an Alpha or 7. Hello, big boy. Check the action order by pressing Y. How do you know Aerial Ace? You're a bug! Oh, do I heal or do I hit? Let's take a risk. Come on, Octavia. No! Okay, I should have healed. I really need to make some revives. And Cad could do it, but I also want to share the love around a bit. Yeah, alright. Let's pull out Roman. Okay. Can I hit it with a Pokeball? Yes. It's probably still a little bit too healthy for this to work. Hey, it worked! Whew. Sorry, Oki. You really are an impressive one, aren't you? Seeing someone best in Alpha like that, it truly reminds me of the legendary hero of old. We'd best make sure your Pokemon are taken care of after facing off against such a foe. We're... What in the world? It's the Great Weirdeer! Why, hi. He looks upon you with kindness. I'd say the Great Weirdeer has taken a liking to you. That is fortunate. He is an esteemed Pokemon that can dash across the expanses of Hisui while bearing a human on his back. A human he deems worthy, at least. He is a blessing to us all. Remarkable, truly outstanding stuff. A Pokemon letting someone ride on it? Why, it's just like the ride Pokemon of Alola. They don't exist yet. Professor, I take it things went smoothly. I'm here on Captain Silene's orders. She said we'd be able to set up a base camp here once RononTyr took care of her request. About that. I know this was a joint decision by Adaman and the commander, but still, is it truly fine for us to set up more base camps like this? The Hisui region is a land created by Almighty Sinnoh for the sake of its Pokemon. As long as your goal is to coexist and thrive together with Pokemon, then I imagine you should also be allowed to use this land. The Great Weirdeer has taken a liking to RononTyr as well. This is a good sign. You have my thanks for what you did today. Our clan leader will hear how you aided us. I'll come to show my appreciation with a proper reward as soon as I can. Your giant grin is terrifying. Well, if we're to coexist and thrive with Pokemon, we'll need to know them better. And the first step towards that is completing the Pokédex. The construction corps should be here soon. They'll have our new base camp pitched in no time. Really, no time. It's about to happen. Here we have it, our new base camp upon D-Track Heights. I'll call it the Heights Camp. Imaginative, really. From now on, when you set out from the village, you can ask to be escorted to this base camp to start your excursions directly from here. Having more base camps ought to make our survey work easier, huh? Oh, that's that. How about we head to the Wallflower like usual? We caught stuff. Not much, honestly. We made some money. Don't think we'll rank up off this. Yeah, no, that's alright. That was not the plan. The plan was to open up the Heights camp, because I believe that has also opened up fast travel for us. I could be wrong. I'm probably wrong. It's been a long time. Benny old chum, the usual potato mochi, please. And make it for 3 today as well. And a huge thanks to Michelle for telling me how to pronounce mochi. It's been driving me batty. I hate mispronouncing things. Have you all heard the grave news? That frenzied Cleaver from the rumors. It ended up mauling some of our Galaxy folks who went out to investigate it this morning. The medical corps has had a hard time getting all the injured back on their feet. This is the Cleaver that was reportedly struck by powerful lightning, yes? I did hear he's been behaving most erratically since then. Still, if further investigation is in order, the Survey Corps will, of course, step up to the task. A certain amount of danger is inevitable when researching unfamiliar Pokemon, but I'm sure RononTyr here can handle things just fine. I'm sorry, what now? But that cleaver's said to be much, much stronger than even an alpha Pokemon, isn't he? Now, you forget the strengths of Pokemon are key items of information that we of the Survey Corps are duty-bound to research. I'm sorry, how did I get volunteered for this? As since the perilous work of ours calls for a clear head and a fighting fit physique, I do believe that a good night's sleep is in order after this fine meal. Nom 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 nom. Nap. The next day. Rise and shine, RononTyr. I don't wanna. The boss wants you. Fine. Commander, that is. Get yourself to the commander's office. I want to get out of bed. My feet are cold. I haven't had a bath in 3 days. I only eat when you feed me. This is torture. Make me get up at the crack of dawn. Did you get a good rest? Sure. Look who's being punctual. Finally realized you're wasting Almighty Sinnoh's precious time by bowing to a sham. There you go again, insisting on your false image of Almighty Sinnoh as a ruler of time. My people follow the true Almighty Sinnoh, the font of all creation and ruler of space. Huh. You could have all the space there is and still not know what to do with it. Excuse me, are you really suggesting that you make better use of your time than we make of vast Tsui's space? Better than some. It's a miracle you showed up on time, oh mighty leader of the Pearl Clan. I worried you'd get lost in the pointlessly vast space you're so fond of and never show up. Me? Get lost? In Almighty Sinnoh's great gift to the Pearl Clan? In our world's very basis? You wish. I wish that I hadn't let myself get dragged into arguing with you. Almighty Sinnoh, forgive me. What a waste of time. I'm off to Commander Kamado's office. I believe it was you who started this. Okay, so those two are clearly the best of friends. Just another day with those two, I say. The man's named Adaman. He's the leader of the Diamond Clan. They put a lot of importance on time, as you could probably tell. And the girl is Irida, leader of the Pearl Clan. They're all about space. You heard what she called it, right? Our world's very basis. Whenever they run into each other, those same arguments flare up. Seems like they've inherited some bad blood from their predecessors' strife. Ah, well, not our problem. But you'll have problems if you don't get yourself to the commander's office. Check. As much as I love games, you don't realize how confusing some names are until you try and read them out loud. Alright, to the up and the stairs. We can't throw Pokeballs in here? Well, darn. We'll come down and get some quests after we've spoken to this lot. What do you intend to do about Cleavor, Commander Kamado? He may be descended from a warrior of Almighty Sinnoh, but look at the mess he's causing. We can't sit back and let him rage on. You do get right to the point, Adaman. Time wasted is lost. Well, tell me, what would you have us do? Cleavor is a precious lord of the Pearl Clan, is he not? That's the point. My clan can't intervene directly when a lord of the Pearl Clans is concerned. If my people were to do something, our two clans might end up back at each other's throats, just like we used to be. But even if the folk of the Galaxy team have been wounded, haven't they? Seems someone's got to do something here. Who then? Would the Diamond Clan have the Pearl Clan bring down one of its own honoured nobles? I don't believe I said that. Thought it, maybe. You might as well have said it, you fool. Look, we don't even know what drove Lord Cleaver into such a violent frenzy. I'd like to know that myself. This is a first as far as my clan knows too. I see you've arrived. This is RononTyr, the newest member of our Survey Corps. I hear from Maya you earned Weirdeer's favour. Good to meet you, stranger from the sky, from the rift. I am Adaman, leader of the Diamond Clan, if you want to be formal. But that's a mouthful. Just call me Adaman. If you came from beyond the space-time rift, could you be from the space where Almighty Sinnoh is said to reside? I am Irida, leader of the Pearl Clan. Caution and foresight are my watchwords. Which is why I have trouble believing such a tale. Could you really have passed through that rift? All I know is I fell asleep, somebody stole my phone, and I woke up on a beach. I have a proposition. Why not send this one to study Cleaver before deciding what must be done? You'd send this stranger, who supposedly fell from the rift, to study Cleaver? This newcomer with no experience? Says the leader with almost no experience. Being a good leader isn't a matter of time. It's a matter of embracing Hisui's vastness without fear. Well then, there you have it. If how new you are doesn't matter, let's give this kid a chance. I'm sold, Commander. Let's try this your way. This should be fun. I'll get to see how good you galaxy folk really are with all your weird ways, putting Pokemon in those strange bowls and what have you. That whole practice bothers me. Almighty Sinnoh made Hisui vast so Pokemon could live freely throughout. We're meant to stand alongside Pokemon, not count ourselves above them. We do not use Pokeballs from a desire to control our Pokemon, only so that we can live together. Allow us to show you what we can do. This is your mission now, RononTyr. I order you to study Cleaver and help us find the truth of this situation. I accept. Bad case of PC-itis. Remember that you're a stranger who appeared one day out of the very sky above us. People are naturally suspicious of your presence here. If you wish to be fully accepted and trusted, you must work hard. Work yourself to the very bone. Don't I do enough of that in real life, Kamado? The frenzy of the Lord of the Woods. Well, that's settled. There's no time like the present. The Lord of the Woods, Cleaver, is descended from a Pokemon that was blessed with Almighty Sinnoh's own power. No other Pokemon you've yet encountered can compare to his strength. Be warned. Listen to me. The Galaxy Expedition Team has come to the Hisui region as a group of outsiders. Some might even call us interlopers. We mustn't do anything to threaten our relations with the Diamond and Pearl clans, understand? Noted. Join me downstairs, RononTyr. We'll cover the details of this new mission. Hey, boss. We must learn about the Pokemons. Check. Alright, so we've got a couple of quest icons flashing up around here. Radissa? Oh, splendid. You came along at a good time. I am looking for a pickling stone, you see. Would you mind lending me a hand? It needs to be the right size to fit atop my pickle pots and heavy enough to put a nice firm pressure on the pickles while they're fermenting. I suppose it'll be hard for me to lift such a heavy thing from the pot. The best thing would be for the stone to lift itself up, actually. Oh, I've got a rather good idea. There's a Pokemon called Geodude that lives on Deer Track Heights. It would be perfect for the job. Can you catch one and bring it back for me? I'll head home and wait for you there. Must find the perfect Geodude for creating pickles. Sometimes this game is a little bit weird, and I'm actually okay with that. Alright, this is some sort of classroom. This looks like somebody's office. I will try and help solve the mysteries of Pokemon. This is also some sort of classroom. We should build more lodgings in case somebody else falls from the sky. Thank you, Eevee. Nothing down this side. Nope. Okay. Down the stairs. Before we do go see Captain Silene, let's check out some of these other spaces. I suspect all these little L-shaped bits are just going to be decorative, but door. Whee! Door. Oh, person. Hello, person. Oh, you joined the Survey Corps? Cool. Thanks, person. Another room. Maybe the kitchens? A trusty satchel is a must if you want to gather a lot of materials for crafting. You should speak to Baggin. He'll teach you how to pack even more into that satchel of yours. If you're short on items, craft more for yourself. If you want to craft new items, collect recipes. But as we've seen, recipes unlock with star ranks, so... Whee! This is the board that Professor Lavington told us about. There are some requests posted on the blackboard. Which one will you check? Bothersome Bidoof playing with Drifloon, Zubat's eyes. I think we can only take one at a time, so let's start with Bothersome Bidoof. Oh no, we can take all of them. Oh, a Drifloon playing with children is a kinda scary concept, because that's what they do, they steal children. Alright, Captain. We'll be right back to you. What's over here? This is the Medical Corp area. Rest at base camps. Should craft our own potions. We already have been. I've got to make some revives. Hey, Ray. Alright, Cap. What do you need from us? Ah, good. You're already here. Professor Lavington, the briefing, if you please. Yes, let's get right to it. So, I understand you've been requested to find out the cause of Cleavor's frenzied state. But, as you're aware by now, Cleavor is a mighty thing, nigh invincible even. The security corps tried throwing Pokeballs at Cleaver when they were attacked, but I'm afraid it didn't even come close to catching him. It seems he's far trickier opponent than even the most aggressive species of Pokemon that cannot be caught outside of battle once they're riled. I'd like to be perfectly clear on this point. This mission will put you in extreme danger. Do you believe you can handle it? Of course. Very well. Then let us go over the particulars. The Diamond and Pearl clans revere their nobles because they believe these Pokemon serve the almighty Sinnoh. They leave offerings to express their gratitude to these Pokemon in locations they call the noble seats. So perhaps a good starting point for our research could be to find out what sorts of offerings they normally leave for this Kleavor. RononTyr, we need to speak with you. Listen, that rift in time and in space-time seems like it connects this world to a whole other world. That world might be where Almighty Sinnoh itself resides. The true Almighty Sinnoh, that is. The one that rules over time. So if you fell through the space-time rift, that might mean you traveled through time. By Almighty Sinnoh's own power. Think of it. You must have just been swimming in its divine might. Well, I've got a favour to ask of you, oh amazing time traveller. Don't just study Kleavor. Quell his frenzy. Oh, you certainly caught us at a good time, young Adaman. We were discussing our next steps with regard to this whole Kleavor situation. Oh, you must be that Galaxy Team scholar I've heard about. Good to meet you, Mr. Professor. Share some of that knowledge with me sometime. Now, let me elaborate a little. Those Pearl Clan types have a lot of respect for Kleavor. You heard his title, Lord of the Woods. But I'm sure they'd rather get this under control too. But it's hard for them to come right out and ask. Those are the Galaxy Team, of all people, for help. The truth is, we in the Diamond Clan have a similar problem on our hands. A Pokemon dear to us, off in the mountains, has flown into the same type of frenzy as Kleavor. Now there is certainly bad blood between us and the Pearl Clan, but still. We've all got to share Hisui, and that means we ought to tackle our problems together. But there aren't many capable of standing up to such powerful Pokemon. You're the best hope we've got. You'll find Kleavor at the Grand Tree Arena. That is in the very heart of the Heartwood. His warden is a boy named Leanne. Leanne is a brilliant child, but also a bit, well, sometimes brilliance can be blinding, you know. He'll tell you all about his beloved Kleavor, whether you wish him to or not. Anyway, I'm sure you're up to the challenge, so we'll be counting on you. See you later. Really? Just like that? Wow, he just said his piece and then vanished. He must just really value his time that much, I guess. Adaman and mine weren't wrong, you know. If you're able to study, and perhaps even quell Kleavor, you'd best start by visiting his abode. Now that we've got the Heights camp, it should come in handy for getting to Grand Tree Arena. And don't forget to visit the pastures, choosing your Pokemon team carefully, I do speak, I promise, makes a difference. Okie dokie. Now, we do want to stop, where's Baggin? And talk to Baggin. Don't I have the quest? I'm not seeing any other quest markers. Maybe something happens outside. Finding yourself unable to pick up the materials you come across? Satchel always seeming full? It sounds like you. If that sounds like you, it'd be wise to lend me your ear a moment and hear what I have to say. I just tried to talk to you. Fine. You wanted to do your giant sales pitch. You can carry around even more in that satchel of yours if you learn the trick to packing things. I can teach you if you'd like. What do you say? Teach me! I like your initiative. My teaching fee is a neat 100 Poké Dollars, alright? Yes, please. Perfect. Let me hear you for a moment. Okay, we now have one extra spot in our bag. This is where it gets fun. He's gonna keep doubling his fee. And we still only get one spot. Alright, we are gonna go up to 1,000. Just because I will be picking up a lot of stuff. Oh, that's right. He doesn't start doubling just yet. Alright, this will probably be the last one. Maybe later. You're expensive. Alright, and now we have all of that space. Look! Look at all of that space. That is okay. I don't actively carry much around with me. Okay, let's go see a recipe dude who's apparently got a quest for us. You there, you seem like someone who enjoys a bit of crafting. Do you think you could help me out with something? I would be very, very grateful if you try to craft something special, or something using a special recipe I came up with. So without further ado, here's the recipe. Pokeshi dolls. 3 logs of wood. Basically tourist ornament. I will as soon as I have wood. Right now I want to go check on my farmers. And just realized that this has been going for like 45 minutes, so... Oh, farmers have a quest. You really want to do the farmers' quests? Get you better yields, and it means they can harvest more things. I was scouring the heart with the crops we could grow in the fields when I saw it. This Pokemon called Cherrim changed its appearance before my very eyes. It was in the evening. The light was getting dim. All of a sudden, Cherrim's petals closed right up, so it looked like nothing more than a little flower bud. Wow, I thought, I just witnessed the miracle of evolution. But the next morning when I went back to check on that Cherrim, it was right back to full bloom. But why would it bloom just to close back up? Is that how evolution works? Or was the change I saw something different? When you finish Cherrim's Pokédex entry, let me have a look, would you? Ah, now this is another sort of a quest, because Cherrim is really hard to find. It was actually, if I recall rightly, in the early game, it was actually glitched out for quite a while. Give me my stuff! Apricons! 32 of them. Let's go back to medicinal. Thank you. Alright, not seeing any other quest markers right now. Should probably have checked for... He is a big boy. Ooh. Merchants. Alright, so if a Pokemon starts eyeing me, I'll fling an Oran Berry, then run while it's distracted. If I just stick to the plan, I'll be fine. Oh, survey call girl. I was just headed out to the Fieldlands to go gather tumblestones, but I haven't gotten as many Oran Berries as I'd like. Are you familiar with Oran Berries? They restore some HP to the Pokemon that eat them, so as you might imagine, Pokemon tend to be very interested in them. You see where I'm going with this. Throwing orange berries is a great way to distract and avoid wild Pokemon. They're indispensable. With that in mind, could I trouble you to gather 5 orange berries for me? Very helpful. Yeah, I got plenty. I'd feel better having more than orange berries. You able to give me just 5 of them? Here you go. I gratefully accept. Gosh, I can't believe you went to the trouble of finding these just for me. Happy to help. Thank you. Gosh, you're nice for someone who fell out of the sky. Let's just tuck these away in my satchel. I won't let your kindness go to waste. Wish me luck with those tumblestones. Hey, 3 revives. Nice. Oh no, that was a lamp. Okay, we're all good. Now, let's drop some stuff off. Don't really need to be carrying wood with me. We'll keep the vivid jokes. Put away that lot and the pep up plant for now. Organize. Thank you. Favorite. Now, I've just favorited that because anything you have favorited will appear first. So if you want to make sure that your stuff is easiest to access, favorite is your friend. Alright. So, I think we will call that an episode for today as soon as I remember how to save. Woohoo! In our next adventure, we will mostly just be roaming around the wilds, ticking off Pokedex entries, exploring the wilderness and the vastness of the Obsidian Fieldlands. So if you're in for a bit of a chillax time, just watching Pokemon do what Pokemon do and hitting them on the head with balls, please feel free to join us. Until then, this is RononTyr signing off.